another of the greatest assets of our system is our system itself. The nearly 100,000 acres of parks that we have across the state, from a high desert to a very eastern desert in eastern Oregon, to the lush, dense coastal forests in the ocean shore, all the rivers.
Camping in extraordinary locations is the cornerstone of Oregon State Park experience.
We find that parents are taking their children because their parents took them. What a great thing it is to be able to create memories for families, to be able to have children think with fondness of the time they spent with mom or with dad, with brothers and sisters, out enjoying beautiful scenery or eating marshmallows toasted over a campfire.
Experiences vary dramatically, from camping in a peaceful desert canyon, along wild rivers for world-class fly fishing, rock climbing, campgrounds with panoramic hiking trails, and beaches for flying kites, exploring tide pools, and touring lighthouses.
We've got a lot of parks that are really hidden gems, special places in rocks and on mountain tops and along trails as you go around a bend in a dark forest, and all of a sudden the sunlight hits and you see it just opening up a whole new vista for you. Those are what are great about parks.
I think people deeply care about their state parks. And I know here at Champoeg, there's people that walk here every single day of their life.
And Discovery goes through all aspects of State Park, because when you come to a state park, I can just about guarantee you're going to discover something you didn't know about that special place before you leave.
Though few people realize it, the State Historic Preservation Office is part of Oregon State Parks, and with it, the responsibility for preserving Oregon's historic places. Inside and outside the parks, more than 1,800 Oregon buildings or sites are listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
Champoeg Promise is a curriculum-based school program for students in grades 1 through 8. So we've seen over 10,000 school children come through. We believe that these children come away from this program excited about history in general and about Champoeg in particular.
These places are so important to our past, but in the case of Fort Yamhill, you have multiple pasts. You have the past as seen by the tribes and the story that they want to tell about their history. And you've got the story of the Euro-Americans. I think we may be getting to a much more accurate picture of what actually went on there.
Oregonians really love their history, no matter their ethnic background or race. They love their history and they want to preserve it. People are engaged with their history, and they're engaged also not just looking backwards but looking forwards, because why do you save those things?
Most people also don't realize that Oregon State Parks holds a public trust to protect not just the 362-mile ocean shoreline, but also 1,150 river miles and thousands of miles of trails. State scenic waterways along 19 rivers, including national wild and scenic rivers. State Parks also manages nearly 30 scenic viewpoints and scenic corridors, assuring that outstanding views stay that way. And then, all the trails.
Oregon State Parks has really created a wonderful opportunity for people to go out and really connect with nature and history and culture, because trails are really the doorways which allow that type of access to these places.
The value of this scenic bikeway program that Cycle Oregon and Oregon State Parks are developing as partners is it gets people out into parts of the state that they always say they should visit but never quite get around to.
We include working with partners to develop things like the Willamette Water Trail and other water trails along rivers in the state that will attract tourists, will attract visitors, and introduce them to the vistas and the values of our state while providing active outdoor recreation.